friends, welcome to Wit and Wisdom for today. You are on Module 2, Day 13. You, along with Miss Spears, are going to discover the important message in the text, Me, Jane. Miss Spears will read sections of the text so you guys together can look for evidence to support the important message. See you soon for part 2.
Hello, first grade friends, and welcome back to Wit and Wisdom in Sync. My name is Tanisha Spears, and I'm excited to jump into our lesson for today. But before we do, let's make sure you have your materials ready. For this lesson, you will need a copy of the text, Me, Jane, if you have one. You'll need handout 2A, which is the topic sandwich chart. You'll need your Wit and Wisdom in Sync journal and a pencil. We'll also go over the focusing question task assessment, but I'll show that to you on the screen. Pause the video now if you need to gather your materials. In previous work, you had a chance to begin analyzing the illustrations and photographs in the text, Me, Jane, and you started working on your informative paragraph. Today, you'll be thinking about the important message in the text and using evidence to support how Jane made discoveries about animals. But before you do that, let's think about the question we've been working on as we've been reading Me, Jane. That question is, how did Jane Goodall make discoveries about animals? One more time. How did Jane Goodall make discoveries about animals? Now, before you write about how Jane Goodall made discoveries about animals, we're going to think about this question. What is the important message in this text? So today you are going to discover the important message of the text, Me, Jane. Look at the main topics chart on your screen. We are going to review the main topics from a few sections of text. Remember, reviewing the main topics of sections of the text can help you remember what the text is mostly about. And to figure out the important message of the text, you have to think about more than just what is in the text. To figure out the important message of this text, you have to think about the lesson the author wants to teach. So listen as I review the main topics from a few sections of text. From pages 4 through 7, we said the main topic was Jane did many things to learn about animals. In pages 10 through 15, the main topic was Jane was curious. And on pages 24 through 35, the main topic we said was Jane's dream came true. Now, in this book, we read about Jane Goodall's life. Now I want you to think, what can we learn from Jane Goodall's life that we can use in our own lives? I'll ask that question one more time so you can think. What can we learn from Jane Goodall's life that we can use in our own lives? Share with your learning partner. Did you talk about how Jane was curious, and when you are curious, you learn new things too? I bet you did. Now that you've thought about what you can learn from Jane Goodall's life to apply to your own life, let's think about the important message of this text. What is the important message that the author wants us to learn from reading this text, Me, Jane? I'll ask the question one more time. What is the important message the author wants us to learn from reading the text, Me, Jane? Share with your learning partner. I wish I could hear what you said. And I wonder, did you talk about how being curious and discovering new things can help your dream come true one day? I'm sure you did. And now that we've thought about the important message, we're going to go back to the text to find evidence to support that message. All right, friends, I need your help. I need you to help me find evidence to support the message that being curious and discovering new things can help your dream come true one day. As I reread some excerpts or small parts from the text, you can put your thumb up or stand up if you like when you hear evidence that supports the important message. As I read, you'll be listening for examples of when Jane was curious, when she learned new things, and when her dreams came true. I'm going to be reading excerpts from pages 6 through 34. Are you ready to listen? Here we go. Jane learned all that she could about the animals and plants she studied in her backyard and read about in books. She and Jubilee snuck into Grandma Nut's chicken coop, hid behind some straw, stayed very still, and observed the miracle. Jane dreamed of a life in Africa too, a life living with and helping all animals. At night, Jane would tuck Jubilee into bed, say her prayers, and fall asleep, to awake one day to her dream come true. What details did you hear that support the important message that being curious can help your dreams come true? Tell your learning partner. One detail I heard was how Jane was curious about chickens, so she watched them closely to learn more about them. Did you hear other details? I'm sure you did. Now you are going to write or record aloud one detail that you heard that supports the important message. And remember, the important message is being curious and discovering new things can help your dream come true one day. Pause the video now to record aloud or write. I bet you thought of several details that support the important message. Let's review two possibilities. Did you write about how Jane read lots of books about animals? Or maybe you mentioned when Jane's dream came true when she went to Africa. You may have thought of some others, and that's great too. We've been collecting lessons that we've been learning from the text in this module on our lesson anchor chart, and that's the chart you see on the screen. So let's add the lesson from this text, Me, Jane. Remember, the lesson is that being curious and discovering new things can help your dream come true one day. Now, you've just determined a lesson that could be learned from the text. And another way to show what you've learned about a text is to write an informative paragraph. But before you have a chance to do that, pause the video to take a moment to stretch or take a quick break. When you're done, just unpause the video.